Okay, an update on my declaration against Amazon. Okay, so Amazon put out this device called Alexa, and it denied the existence of Jesus Christ. And because it denied the existence of Jesus Christ and literally called him a fictional character, I spoke a word against this company. And I said that this company is going to take a major loss in the next 2 months because of this. And so I have updates on that story, on that what happened there. So as far as the stock price goes at this time, actually Amazon has done pretty well in the last couple days. But I said it's in the next 2 months. So, and I'm not trying to defend myself, but I'm also not getting caught up on not having faith because I see something going the opposite way from what I thought it would. I didn't know if it was going to be in the next week. I didn't know if it was going to be in the next 2 weeks, the next month, if it was going to take a month and a half, or if it was going to come right the day before. I really don't know. But I do believe that Amazon is going to take a loss in these next 2 months. Before January 24th, I believe they will take a loss, a major loss. It will probably even be called a major loss by newspapers. Amazon takes major hit. Amazon takes major loss. What just happened to the Amazon stock price? Um, so I believe absolutely that's going to happen. And there's some other updates. So I'm just going to backtrack a little bit here. Well, I'm not going to backtrack, but I'm going to go off onto another thing. But I'll bring it back around. Okay, so I was watching Project Veritas, and that's with James O'Keefe. If you don't know who James O'Keefe is, and you don't know what Project Veritas is, you need to look him up and you need to look it up. So James O'Keefe and Project Veritas. He's a real reporter. He's that person getting down in the dirt in the mud. Um, and he sent a couple of his people in to do some stories on the Washington Post. Now, the Washington Post has been basically maligning the President of the United States to make a profit because they know that it'll sell. So what they've done is they've stretched stories and they've tried to literally make up stuff just to start crap with the president, with President Trump, and malign him. Now, I think they're stupid for getting in the arena with President Trump because everybody agrees with him that the media is corrupt. And when he's gone, uh, I think the media is going to take some really, really nasty tumbles. The mainstream media is really like they don't realize how badly they're going to do when he's not the president anymore. Because they're not going to just keep being able to, you know, they're not going to just be able to keep maligning him. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. But I digress. James O'Keefe sends his people in there, and they're basically saying that 40% of their profit is from maligning the President of the United States on purpose. And they're just basically they're just creating fake news. They're exaggerating stories and they're making up stories just to malign the president to make money. And ironically, the slogan for the Washington Post is democracy dies in darkness. And the person who is responsible for that slogan is none other than the CEO of Amazon.com, Jeff Bezos, who owns the Washington Post. Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Amazon.com, owns the Washington Post. And he's been putting fake news out about the president through the Washington Post. And he's been trying to influence people with his brainwashing device through Amazon.com. It looks to me like a part of this push for postmodernism, and I just don't know why these tech companies are doing it. I mean, I guess it's maybe it's just because, you know, the people who try to push this stuff, they're the globalists, they're the corporatists, So I mean, I guess it makes sense that big companies and corporations would put out products like this. But it's absolutely ridiculous that the richest man in the world right now is trying to brainwash the population of the United States of America and frankly probably many, many other places. And I'm not going to accept postmodernism. Sorry, Jeff Bezos, not going to do it. So, but yeah, either way, this is an interesting development that I thought I would bring up because of my other video, and just check in about the subject because it almost was like loose cannon style that I declared a word against Amazon. And I think it's important that I follow up and not just, I'm going to follow up because, this is going to be this is going to be kind of one of those make or break moments, because I mean, obviously, if I'm wrong about this, you know, it could be pretty much the end of people wanting to watch me on YouTube. But I don't know. I got to stick to my guns. I mean, Jesus is Lord, dude. Jesus is Lord. And if I don't have a YouTube career, then hey, that's God can still do what He can do for me. And I don't know where this channel will end up going. I mean, I'm still very early on in it, and I mean, I'm extremely early on. I mean, I'm a little tiny baby channel right now, but you know what? You just set these things up and you keep going and you keep putting out content and eventually you have something. You probably have some subscribers. Um, Either way, I think this was an interesting development and I wanted to stay accountable for what I have said, for what I've declared, because I declared that Amazon would take a major loss, and so far they're up. So I'm just gonna be transparent on that that does not shake my faith. I still believe in the next 2 months before January 24th that they will take a major loss, and I believe that these losses will even be in the headlines, in business headlines, probably in the Wall Street Journal, wherever they're doing, these reports about stocks and stuff. So that's about all I have to share in this video, and I will, I guess, see you in the next one. Hope that you're there. Thank you.